Friday we have the football alumni huddle up here, which is the first of two events that are going to celebrate Trevor Cobb's induction into College Football Hall of Fame. They'll do their on-campus salute actually Saturday during the game. And in addition to that, we're also recognizing the 2008 Texas Bowl championship team. This is the 10th anniversary of them defeating Western Michigan, so they're going to be part of the huddle up, and then they're also going to be recognized during the game on Saturday. So with that, we will turn our attentions to the game week. Coach Mike Bloomgren.
All right, good afternoon. Thank everybody for coming back out today. Exciting times, as you guys all know. Talking about last weekend, just to kind of surmise the game again, so proud of how our guys fought. And that is exactly what I look back on and what I take away from is how gritty it was. I think that we look at it and we say it's a cultural win for this program. You look at all the ways that game could have went, and for us to keep fighting, I just think it revealed all the things we've trained these guys to do. And that's what's exciting. I think back to the opening 4 drives for the offense and going down and getting points, but also the missed opportunities on the 3rd and 4th drive, a chance to probably have that game 28-0 with the way the defense was playing. So starting fast was a point of emphasis for us. Glad we did that. Second half of the second quarter was kind of hit a wall, and that kind of continued through the third quarter. It was not our best performance, but you look at what happened in the fourth quarter, and you saw this team rise up, stick together and rise up, and it really started with Jack Fox's career-long 63-yard punt that was down at the 7-yard line. Then our defense stands up when we need it. Anthony Ekpe with the strip sack fumble. And then a few plays later, Austin Walters is in the end zone, and we're right back rolling. And then, of course, a couple more stops from the defense. Good drive to get down there. And as time expires, Jack Fox is a hero again, kicks the game-winning field goal. And so, again, I'm really pleased with how we finished. We need to be able to be more focused for 4 quarters was my message to the guys yesterday. I think Eric Dooley did a phenomenal job getting his team ready to play, and my hat's off to him. I think they got some really talented players on that team, and I wish them the best of luck the rest of the year. Our players of the game, on offense, Emmanuel Supka. On defense, Roe Wilkins. And not surprisingly, on special teams, is Jack Fox. We had 3 scout team players of the week last week that did a phenomenal job getting us ready. And that's Kebron Page, Wiley Green at the quarterback position, and then on special teams, Jaquez Batley did a great job getting us ready, and those guys are really stepping into their roles, and they're going to be hard to keep off the field for us going forward. As we transition into another game week, it's another chance for us to play a game that one of the 13 that were promised, and we are so excited about that. I know that there's big things surrounding this game. I understand the Bayou Bucket. I understand what it means to our football program, to our university in the city of Houston, so that's exciting. I do know the history of this game. I've read up on that, and I understand how close the rivalry is in terms of proximity, and those are always fun. It's fun when, your kids know people on the other sideline. We have coaches that coached other people on that sideline, and as a staff, we know their staff pretty well. I think that you look at what they've done over there at U of H. Major's doing a great job going into his second year, and it should be a really fun football game. The message that I delivered to our team after the game, as well as again yesterday, is the best teams I've been a part of had their biggest jump from game 1 to game 2, and that's exactly what we're trying to do. And I love the focus that our team had yesterday in these meetings. They came in. We had a couple celebratory things because I think you need to celebrate any time you win in college football. And we corrected some mistakes. We talked about how things will be going forward. And then we transitioned right into the U of H plan and went to work on them. And that's exactly where we're going to be for the next 6 days of life. I think Chuck mentioned it, but I want to make sure I hit on it too. At this weekend's game, we're going to get the opportunity to honor Trevor Cobb and the fact that he's being inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame as one of the best players ever to play this game, the 1991 Doak Walker Award winner. That's really exciting stuff for our program. I've gotten to know Trevor a little bit, and he's really excited about what's going on in our program, so it'll be great to have him back on campus. I also think honoring the 2008 championship team's awesome, to have those guys around our kids and back on campus. And something I've stressed since I've been here is the importance of the lettermen in our program, getting them around us, getting them back here, and especially those guys that that won championship teams. I want them to know that this place is theirs and that they get to come around and celebrate that together. I think that's outstanding. I'm really looking forward to the game this weekend. I think it's going to be a great college football atmosphere right out here at Rice Stadium, and we can't wait. And with that, I'll open it up to any questions.
Mike, you've had a chance to look at some film. What are your thoughts on Ed Oliver working on him?
Yeah, Ed Oliver is a very talented football player. You know, he's a guy that plays with a really high motor, does things from sideline to sideline. So, you know, my hat's off to him. He's on every preseason watch list for every award in college football. And I think that I would tell you that he has our attention. And we're going to know where he is, and we're going to try to put the best plan together to attack him.
As far as defensively, you got the quarterback, Derek King, has a bit of a dual threat thing going for him. So what short challenges did he present?
You know, that's exactly what he is. He's a dual threat quarterback, a guy that has the athleticism to play receiver at a high level in Division I football, and then you move him to quarterback as a wildcat initially, and then he becomes an every down quarterback, guy that can throw it well, but if he gets loose with the ball in his hand in the open field, it's a scary movie as well. So the definition of a dual threat quarterback is what I see him as.
Your defense got their feet wet against the team that threw it around last week. How much is that going to help? Because you know Kendall Briles is going to throw it around this coming week.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and they're going to be tempo just the same way, and they're going to have talented receivers in just the same way. So I think it was a great way for us to start in terms of a team to prepare us for that. We've got to continue to see tempo. We've got to continue to cover things a little bit better on the back end so we can give our rush time to get there. We know that coverage and rush works together, and when those things are both humming, life's good.
Coach, does it help to have some knowledge of what guys want to do, being that you do know some of the coaches at the University of Houston, what their tendencies are in terms of calling a game?
You know, absolutely, it helps to know what somebody's core is. You know, there's a little bit of things that you know. I mean, I think we feel like we understand what their defense wants to be about. They want to be a 3-4 defense that wants to build a wall, set edges, and play a physical style. Hey, that's great. Like, we know who they are, and they did a good job with that, especially as last year continued. You look at the offense, and it's a little different. You know, I think that we all know what that system has been about in the past at different institutions. You go back to FAU, and you know, it's a little bit different last year, kind of evolved from the Baylor stuff, some of the stuff he did at FAU, and you don't know how involved Coach Applewhite will be with the offense at this point. So there's still some question marks, if you will. But, yeah, we've got a pretty good idea that the ball is going to be snapped as fast as they can, and they're going to run some schemes and give some really good receivers on the outside a chance to go make plays down the field.
Coach, when you win the way you did, how much does that help your team just to make the confidence knowing that they stick together, they can pull out games like that?
It's what we stress. It's what we believe. It's how we train them. So I think it means the world that, again, we went in at halftime. We talked about, look, nobody's panicking. We're going to stay the course, and we're going to take this team into deep water, which I hope to do many, many times throughout our time here, and find a way to win and finish in the fourth quarter.
Can you give us an injury update and possibly include what exactly might be
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Let me just give you changes from last week. We had Brendan Harmon had a finger issue yesterday in practice, and he's going to be day-to-day. So we'd love to get him back if we can. Don't believe that anybody's status will change from last game at this time. D'Lo? Yeah, we would project them as out right now.
Can you remind me, what is Rashawn dealing with again?
He had an ACL repair last December. And he is close to coming back. He is practicing well. He's just not completely cleared at this time.
Coach, is there a challenge to your fan base this week? Because obviously U of H will bring a lot of red into this stadium, but you want to make sure you take advantage that this is your home game. Is there any challenge to your fan base to come out?
Yeah, come one, come all, and come be loud. You know, it should be an awesome time to have this game in our stadium. 11 o'clock on Saturday, I mean, let's go. What else do we want? You know, and I think if I read the notes right, Rice has won the last two at home. So let's keep that thing going. We need all their help. We need everybody around this program and everybody that loves this program to come out and support us.
What does it mean for this program? You start with Prairie View, you get U of H, you have two local schools right off the bat, and to win a game and come out against U of H, like, this is a special time for you, right, to be able to kind of flex your muscles a little bit, right?
Yeah, it's always good. I mean, anytime you have these rivalry games, the results, I mean, like I said, these guys know a lot of those kids, and there will be recruiting battles that come down to these two schools. So it's always a good thing.
Coach, last week you used both quarterbacks. Is that the plan again this Saturday?
Yep, both will play this Saturday.
Is there one that you feel, do you know who's going to start?
Sean will start.
After getting a chance to look at that version film a little more, are there any other takeaways that maybe stood out to you with the secondary, anything that happened in the second quarter?
Yeah, I mean, they have a dominant receiver. You know, number 11 was one of the highest ranked recruits in the country and ended up picking Oregon over Ohio State and then ended up at Prairie View. So it's not a surprise that he was going to be able to make some plays. And he made some plays when we were in good coverage on a couple. And there's a couple where we can give more help schematically and a couple where we just got to play a little better on the back end. But again, like, I want to point to the adjustments our coaching staff made at halftime. I want to look at how our guys played in the fourth quarter. I want to look at holding that explosive offense to -4 yards in the fourth quarter and having a takeaway and almost a second takeaway to help us win the ball game. And that's what I'm pointing to, is how much we improved throughout the course of the game.
Coach, I know you hit on special teams, Jack Fox obviously, but in terms of how well they played, they pretty much looked like they were in midseason form, especially with the way he was kicking, the way the Gunners were getting down the field. Can you kind of elaborate on that a little bit?
Yeah, I think that's a testament to what we do and how we run teams in this program, special teams in this program, and how Coach Limbo coaches them. Like, his hair's on fire every day, you know. And so I think that was not a surprise to me that we were in midseason form. I think it was awesome that we were plus 174 yards in the kicking game, that's a big deal. That's a big swing.
Coach, your team had two pretty big takeaways at the end of last game that ultimately helped you guys get back in the game and get the offense going. Can you talk about how important that's going to be playing against a team like Houston this weekend?
Yeah, I think just the turnover margin in particular, the fact that offense protected the ball and defense took it away. I mean, that's what we have to do. I mean, the turnover margin is the single most important stat that we can point to in wins and losses. And so if we're doing the other things that we talk about, pounding the rock, controlling the clock, and playing great defense, that turnover margin, the difference between 1 or 0, ultimately is what won that game the other day.
Anything else? Thanks, Coach. We'll be on one-on-ones after this. Manuel, won't you come up? Similar to Saturday's quick statement, and we'll take questions.
So right now we're just in the process of breaking down some film and scouting U of H, a very talented team, and we're just going to get ready to put our best out there, get that win this weekend.
How much did that win, the way it kind of panned out there in the fourth quarter, how much did it help the team's confidence?
It helped us a lot. It built a lot of character. It helped with the camaraderie of the team, knowing that if we stick together and just stay confident and stick to what we do, then we could just we could overcome a lot. So it was huge.
Was there a lot of talking in the huddle saying, hey, we got this?
Oh, for sure. We were hyped. We were fired up.
Coach talked about the importance of making a big step from week 1 to week 2. I know it's early, but does practice, does maybe the vibe feel a little different this week?
Yeah, so we know we're facing a talented team. We're not tight about it, but we just know that we have to put a little more focus into this week, into whatever we do, which is breaking down film or actually taking steps and footwork and aiming points and things like that. So it's just more focus.
How much are you looking forward to this challenge? There's guys like Ed Oliver, defensive line, but you get to run right at him and kind of control some things yourself. How excited are you for that?
Yeah, it's always big to play tough competition. It's really exciting to see that type of talent on the other side of the ball. So that should be fun.
Super, I want to ask you about the 173 yards. That's very, if you don't mind, that's very Trevor Cobbish-like. And I covered Trevor when he was here as a player, so I know how good he was. If you could kind of talk about that and being, I guess, you might be compared to a guy like that at some point.
Well, that's huge. Trevor Cobb, that's someone that I look up to a lot, especially coming from Rice University, one of the best, if not the best, college running back ever. Like I said, Trevor Cobb is a huge jump. I still have a lot of improvement, even with 173 yards. I'm in the lab. I'm watching film. I'm trying to see where I could be better to come out with more maybe next week.
How much do you guys talk about the Bayou Bucket? Is this a game that you circle on your calendar, a game that means a lot to the team?
Yeah, it's huge. Simply because you might go to the gas station and see these guys that we're about to strap up against. It's a crosstown rivalry. They always talk about Houston takeover, and we're just trying to defend our home as well since it's a home game. So it's huge.
Anything else? Thanks, sir. Terrell Wilkins, defensive tackle.
Yeah, like Soup said, we're really excited for this week. We're breaking down film every day. Coaches are working hard, staying extra hours to make sure that we're prepared. And, the Bayou Bucket, as he said, is something that we really want, and especially them coming home. We got to defend our home. Like, that's something we didn't do too good in the past. We're trying to change that this year, so.
How much is last year's game on your mind?
Last year's game, it's on our minds. I was proud of the way our defensive line played last year. We left some plays on the field, certainly, but I did not feel like their offensive line dominated us by any means. They went to the perimeter a lot and didn't really get too much between the tackles. So, they got 3 returners, and we also faced their other starting tackle that's going to come up. He was the second string. He came in the game last year. So we've seen pretty much their whole offensive line, and we weren't impressed last year, and we know that we've gotten better this year, so we're ready to take it at them.
That slogan they use over there, H-Town Takeover, does that add a little more juice to this game?
Yes, certainly. We take pride in the city. We take pride in Rice, and take pride in their home, and them coming over thinking they're going to just blow us out of the water is, that's not how we roll over here. So we're gonna take it to them for sure.
Can you maybe talk about that idea of sort of coming into this game as an underdog? Some of the U of H fans looked at last week's game and they said, oh, hey, if they had to play the game with Prairie View, we're crushing these guys. How much of a motivation is that?
Yeah, being an underdog to me is never a bad thing. Being an underdog just gives you incentive to work harder. It just gives people incentive to not look at you the way they should, underestimate you. And when you get underestimated, that gives you room to excel. And that's exactly what we're planning on doing. We work hard. We stay here extra hours, just like they do. And they shouldn't underestimate us.
Talk about the importance of controlling the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, stopping the run in every game is the first thing you got to do. If you can't stop the run, you can't play defense. So we have dominant front. I don't have any doubts in our defensive line to be able to handle their own in this game. Zach Abercrombie is one of the best run stoppers in our conference in the nation. So I don't have any doubts that we're not going to handle our own in that.
Y'all played pretty well against Prairie View, and coaches talked all week about the importance of making a big jump from game one to game 2. How do y'all get better this weekend?
Yeah, the best way we can get better is play a full game. We played 3 quarters of ball, I feel like, last game. Second quarter, we left a lot of plays on the field, and they capitalized on it. And so we made some adjustments that's going to help us defensively. We're making some adjustments offensively as well. So, this jump is going to be crucial for our team, but it's a jump that's necessary, and it's a jump we'll make.
You look like you could play right now. How excited are you to kind of get on the field?
Yeah, I am excited. I'm always excited for a football game. You have limited opportunities to play this game. You never know how many you're going to get. And and we've seen that in multiple examples. But yeah, I'm very excited. Soup is very excited, and we're ready to get after it.
You got Hawaii, U of H, Wake Forest this in the month of September. Do those games help you prepare for conference play?
Yeah, I mean, any game's going to prepare you. Looking at different schemes and learning how to attack them from different points is, I mean, yeah, certainly.
Coach Bloomgren said we've had some time to celebrate this past win in the last couple of days. What's the mood been like around the team since that?
Yeah, I mean, 1-0 is always a good way to start out. We're always happy with the win. Not going to complain about a win. Wasn't necessarily the way we had anticipated it coming. I personally would have liked to shut them out, but we learned from our mistakes, and we'll come back a stronger team next game.